I can't take you any closer. I can't break through the planet storm's protective barrier.
Wait, does that mean we can't get near it as long as the planet storm is active?
There's nothing we can do. Let's head to Grand Kokma. The military is keeping the HOD data at their headquarters.
Understood. But what do we do if it really is Van's replica land up there?
Well, this is a surprise. Did you come to visit my Rapigs? Adorable, aren't they?
We'll save your Majesty's wrappings for another time. Guy, if you would explain?
Me? Why do I always have to explain things?
Professor Nebulim, huh? My dad was still on the throne then, so I don't know much about it. Anyway, I'll get the intelligence division to submit the information. I'll have it sent to your office, Jade.
Do you hear something?
Yes. This sounds like phonon interference.
Now that you mention it... It's the first and sixth phonons!
That's odd. It's coming from somewhere in this room.
Maybe it's a phonon bomb.
Hey, that's not funny.
Come on, let's look for it.
This is it. The sound is coming from this sword.
looks like it's reacting to the shadow sword we have. Tyr, would you use a phonic seal on it?
What is this sword, Your Majesty?
Old McGovern left it behind when he retired from the army. I collect weapons, so he left it here for me.
Jade, do you think this is one of the planetary phonic art catalysts?
I presume so, but to call this mess a collection?
Did you say something?
Not at all. Incidentally, would it be possible to borrow this sword?
I suppose that if those 3 cute girls begged a little...
That's a fine case of sexual harassment.
Okay, then you guys do it too. Go ahead, Luke.
Me? Please lend us the sword.
Next.
With all due respect, we would like to borrow the sword.
Next.
Emperor Peony, you're so handsome. Can we please borrow the sword? Pretty please, with sugar on top.
Great, great. Just wait until you're 6 years older and I'll date you anytime.
Whoa, he sure changed fast.
Please lend us the sword.
Oh, that icy smile. Yeah.
Me too. Your Majesty, would you please allow us to borrow the sword?
Oh, that hint of naivete. Yes.
Your Majesty.
Shut up. Don't beg. I'll puke.
Now, Your Majesty. Please allow me to offer my most sincere request.
Nope.
How unfortunate. We'll be taking the sword then.
Colonel Curtis, I'm en route to His Majesty to report on the island floating above the Central Ocean.
Have you found anything out about it yet?
Chief of Staff Sessamon has all the information. He's in the rear conference room.
The rear conference room. Let's hurry.
Oh, Jade. Things have really gone bad, huh?
Yes, sir. We've learned that the island floating above the Central Ocean may be hard.
Ah, so it's true.
So that really is Hod?
Well, it's surrounded by a protective barrier formed by the planet storm. It's impossible to observe from here.
Then what led you to suspect it might be Hod, sir?
It is located exactly where Hod was, in the Outer Lands.
If it is Hod, then we can assume it's a replica created through Fomicry.
Yes, I doubt it could be anything else. Replica data for the entire island was taken just before its destruction.
Hence the new Hod. Weren't a lot of 7th phonons being consumed in that area?
correct. Which suggests that all of this was Van's doing.
But wait, the replicas were all saying it was Mo's.
Sir, several islands in the Hod Archipelago have disappeared. The cause is unknown.
What do you think, Jade?
Perhaps phonons within the two lands are interfering with one another, causing a hyperresonance.
Yes, I would imagine that's the case. I'm headed to speak with His Majesty.
What's happening, Colonel?
Let's go see the king ourselves. I'll explain things there.
Colonel, some documents have been delivered from the Intelligence Division.
Thank you. Now, let's see.
What do they say?
There's information on the professor's life, the incantation for the planetary phonic art, and, a map.
A map?
Yes. This looks like Mount Ronil. It seems there's a phonic glyph beyond the mountain which reacts to the catalysts.
Now that you mention it, Professor Nebulum did go to Mount Ronil a lot, didn't she?
Whoa! What's the Emperor doing here?
His Majesty pays unannounced visits to the Colonel's office frequently.
Well, that explains that.
Well then, shall we head for Mount Ronil?
Not yet. It would probably be best to wait until we have all of the catalysts. By the way, Your Majesty, it seems that there are quite a few sections missing from these documents.
Apparently somebody took them without anyone's knowledge.
Dist?
Probably.
Does it say anything about where the rest of the catalysts are?
Unfortunately, no. Only that they came in pairs, and that the McGovern family had one.
I guess we'll just have to find them the hard way.
That's Mo's voice.
Huh? Where is it coming from?
I don't know. It seems like the sky, but that's...
I am Mose, full master of the new order of Lerelei. Swallowed by the cliff of shining in the miasma, the world today lies on the verge of destruction. And why is that? It is because both King Laska and Malkuth have abandoned Julia's Storm. False messengers have deceived both into ignoring the storm.
Your Majesty, this is...
Yes, Mo's that bastard. Just what is he trying to accomplish?
It is my duty to protect the storm, to establish the new order of Lerelei.
This isn't good.
No, this sort of thing could easily make the citizens panic.
We, the new order of Lerelei, have created the glorious land of Eldrin from the Isle of Hod. From here, you will see that the world once more follows the storm. Furthermore, we demand reparations from and the surrender of King Laska and Malkuth. conditions, we will use force. The order shall dispatch a messenger to both nations. I eagerly await your responses. Citizens, I say it is your duty to rise up against any who would reject the score. Justice lies in using the score alone.
Mo's mind has already begun to degenerate from the neural contamination.
Neural contamination?
Mo's absorbed many seventh phonons without any ability to control them.
Mo's consciousness has begun to reject the seventh phonon. He's losing his capacity for rational thought.
So that's neural contamination.
He still created this preposterous new order of Lerelei of his own will. His zeal for the score is beyond all reason. I won't allow someone like him to destroy the order Ion tried to renew.
Let's see the Emperor. Neither Emperor Peony nor King Ingobert would give in to Mo's demands.
Yes, I agree. We should start formulating countermeasures now to prepare for the worst.
What's happening? Something inside me.
He didn't last long after the seventh phonon implantation.
This extrema result from such a small quantity. What if the Commandant cannot control Lerelei? Then as a seventh phonist, he won't see consequences like these.
What are you talk?
Pitiful. To think he'd be so fixated upon the score as to assume such a form.
It's time. Let's go.
I've heard. They said several islands in the Hod Archipelago have disappeared.
Yes. We believe it's due to a quasi-hyperresonance caused by the replica land interacting with the original.
Quasi-hyperresonance?
The replica land currently expanding around Eldrint is in all likelihood being constructed as replica data is extracted from the world's surface.
So, for an instant, the newly created replica and the original share the same seventh phonons. At that time, interference similar to a hyperresonance takes place.
I'm so lost right now.
In other words, the original land is destroyed as the replica land is created.
Well, then I guess we better stop it soon.
Where do you think the Famicry facility creating the replica landmass is?
On Eldrint would be my guess. It takes a long time to extract the data from a landmass. We should still be able to stop it.
Might we leave this matter to you? We have no means of reaching the sky.
Of course. We'll do everything in our power.
The Malkuth armed forces will secure land defenses.
Kimloska will aid you in that as well.
Natalia, why don't you propose that summit about the score now?
Oh, that's right. Kimloska, Malkuth, and the Order of Lerelei should all come together. They'll be a lot more effective against the new Order of Lerelei that way.
Yes, you're right. Perhaps now is the time for such a gathering.
If your majesties would grant us your presence, we could also discuss strategies against Eldrint.
What are you all suggesting?
Guy, explain.
Isn't that Natalia's job? All right, whatever.
Very well. I'll make the time whenever you wish. Is Doth an acceptable location?
Yes, I think that would be best.
King Ingobert is already aware of the situation, so that leaves Teodoro next, right?
Yes, let's head to Yulia City.
So you were out here.
Largo!
You certainly took your time. Not that I was eager to see you again.
Don't be that way. Arietta says she'll meet you in the Jiggle Woods.
Arietta? So she really wants to go through with this duel? She wants to fight in our forest?
I wonder why there, of all places.
That was where her mother died.
So you're her mediator.
Then if Arietta should lose, you're the next in line to fight. Is that correct?
No, I'm only here to move things along. And I can't imagine Arietta losing.
Okay, time to teach that Arietta a lesson.
Annis, you okay? You look like you're pushing yourself a bit.
Isn't there someone else you should be worrying about more than me?
Who, Natalia?
He hasn't realized how badly she was hurt.
He's still not very sensitive to these things.
What? What are you guys talking about?
You'll figure it out.